Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Now, I just wanted to make a quick video, just giving my thoughts on Arsenal's best 11. I think after the Manchester United game, I think there was a lot of panic from fans, and I think a lot of questions were raised, and a lot of people might be saying, it's too early, which is true. It is too early to an extent right now to make judgments on what Arsenal's best 11 is. However, I think it's a discussion to be had, and I just wanted to make a video and quickly just talk about it. So this season, look, it's clear that Mikel Arteta is trying to go with a new midfield. He has moved on from Granit Xhaka by selling him. He has tried his best. I would say he has attempted to move past Thomas Partey to an extent, but I think, especially after the Manchester United game, you could just tell how important Thomas Partey is to this team, and I think a lot of fans have also realized how important Thomas Partey is to this team. That lone six role, I've always believed, is such a hard role, and the likes of Thomas Partey, player of that quality, just makes the role look so easy. And I think a lot of fans just thought this role was so easy that anyone could just come in and do it. And now you could see that Declan Rice tried doing this role against Manchester United, and he just, unfortunately, just not the same level as Thomas Partey. And that's not saying Declan Rice is a bad player. He needs time to adjust. It's only been his first game, first full game. And Thomas Partey himself has struggled at the start playing that lone six, but now he has mastered the role, so it does take a bit of time. And I think it's just highlight how important Thomas Partey is to this team and how important it is that we must keep him. However, the discussion to be had is about some other players like Kai Havertz. Does Kai Havertz fit in our best starting 11? For me personally, I just don't see it. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm speaking too early, and hopefully I'm wrong, but I just don't see how Kai Havertz fits in our best 11. I mean, if all players are fit, personally for me, I would have a midfield of Thomas Partey, Declan Rice and Odegaard. I think that midfield is a very solid midfield. They're all good on the ball. They're all hardworking. They have some presence about themselves. They're all physical. The issue with players like Kai Havertz is I feel like when they don't get a touch of the ball, it's almost like playing with 10 men. That is the honest truth. Like, honestly, these players, I think Kai Havertz is a good player. He's a good player, but it's just unfortunately in this team, he's one of those players where I feel like if he doesn't have the ball, or he doesn't get a touch of the ball, I would just say he just rides out the game. Like, you sometimes would even forget he's playing. And I think especially in the Premier League, and I think when you're trying to win the title, you cannot have players like that. You need players to be able to make an impact on every single game, even when they don't have the ball. Players like Jesus, who even when he's not scoring, he's still making an impact. And I think that's what's so important. And I think that's why for me, players like Kai Havertz just doesn't get into the best 11. But maybe you might disagree and might think otherwise, but let me know in the comments you do. In terms of the other defense, obviously we saw the likes of Timber play, and Timber, he's a really good player on the ball. He played against Manchester United. For me, I think he had an okay game. It's hard to judge Timber as of now because it's so early, but what I did like about him is how comfortable he is on the ball. He's inverted, and I think what that does is it means that we don't have to be so reliant on Zinchenko. We could play a left back, traditional left back, and have Timber invert, him doing the Zinchenko run. And I think that's one benefit of signing Timber, that that not being able to just rely on Zinchenko, because obviously what Zinchenko does is something no one in our team can do. Other conversations to be had is, do we need a new striker? Obviously, Eddie Nketiah did play against Manchester United. He didn't have the best of performance. I mean, to be honest, not the whole team didn't have the best of performance. And Eddie Nketiah played okay, but obviously when you're not scoring as a striker, you'll always be held to criticism, and rightfully so. That is an argument to have with Eddie Nketiah. Do we need a new striker? Because for me, when you look at it, none of our strikers are very clinical. Jesus, he's a good player. Look, Jesus is a brilliant player. When he doesn't score goals, he still impacts the game, and that is something not many strikers can do. For me personally, I don't think we need a new striker just yet. I still feel there is the midfield to address, I think that's way more important before we sign any striker. I'm even looking at potentially a new goalkeeper. Look, Ramsdale, he is a good keeper. He's had a good season last season. He saved us. I'm so grateful for Ramsdale. He saved us so many times last season, and I'm not going to forget that. Straight off my head, that game against Liverpool, the man kept us in the game. I think there was another one in Bournemouth. I believe we were like, I think it was we were 2-1 down, and Bournemouth almost scored another goal, and I'll never forget that save. So Ramsdale, I am grateful for all of those saves. He has kept us in so many games this season. However, he is still prone to some errors. I just believe his distribution, especially from kicking out from the back, has just fallen. I don't know why. I just keep seeing him go long. Maybe it's a manager's tactic. Maybe I'm wrong, but recently it's just not been the best. In terms of his saving, I always believe he has a mistake in him, and in the Manchester United game, we saw that mistake, that goal by Fernandes. He really should be saving that, but I don't know what happened. But look, for me, my best 11 would be last season starting in 11 with Declan Rice playing instead of Granit Xhaka. Where Granit Xhaka used to play for me, I would play Declan Rice. Apart from that, maybe bring in Timber for Ben White. But apart from that, I don't think that starting 11 needs to be changed. I think it's a proven starting 11. But pre-season is all about testing, and I think Arteta wants to have another way of playing, and I think that's why he's experimenting. But for me, that is my starting 11. If I was Arteta, that's the starting 11 I would go with. But let me know in the comments what your best starting 11 would be, guys, and I'll catch you guys next.